So Colombia is one of my favorite places on the planet because there are UFO sightings today, but the reason why personally I'm interested in Colombia is because I wear this, you can't really see it on the camera, but I'm wearing this pin right here. It is from Colombia. It's from the region of present-day Tolima, the Quimbaya region. And this pin that I'm wearing is part of a cult back in the day where they created little gold objects that they put inside tombs. And in the early 1990s, two engineers from Germany made a little model about this big. They threw it up in the air and it flew. So that means that this little pin features aerodynamic shapes. And, many times archaeologists are saying, because they found hundreds of thousands of little animals, mosquitoes and birds and fish and flying fish and certain, things that you find in the animal kingdom. But 17 that were found look like modern day planes. And so, yes, there are multiple gold objects, countless, that were found that look like birds and fish and frogs, but those 17 look like modern day planes. And so our question is it possible that the Colombian ancestors long ago saw something up in the sky, and if they saw aviation, then my assessment is, or the assessment of the ancient astronaut theory is, that aviation was extraterrestrial.
I've come into contact recently with an archaeologist she's an American archaeologist, but she does most of her work in Colombia. Carolyn Whitehill is her name, and she has been talking to me about shooting in Colombia and investigating sites in Colombia because during her time there, she's a geologist as well, and she's been doing studies there where she said, interacting with the indigenous people, they tell her, we see things coming down from the sky all the time, especially in the mountain regions. They say that these are places, like if you talk to anyone up there, she said, they'll tell you, oh yeah, they come here, we see them all the time, they come here, this is their, it's written, you can see it in the petroglyphs in the caves and on the mountainsides, and that this is a hot spot for UFO activity. So yeah, Colombia is a place that, in addition to some of the ancient evidence, there's some really interesting things that I've heard recently in terms of it being a place to see UFOs. So, perhaps in the upcoming seasons, we'll be able to shoot something there.
Yeah, no, I mean, the last 3 months have been absolutely extraordinary. We're the first time ever we've had congressional hearings in the U.S. Congress in which someone, David Grush, has come forward and said that the U.S. government is in possession of extraterrestrial, not only craft, but also non-human biologicals. And, that to me is incredible. It's something that me and my colleagues have talked about for the past 20 years, that, we are not alone in the universe, and perhaps they're already here. And this is something that we've always explored, and the fact that now these stories are discussed on the front page of all the newspapers and on the front page of all the websites across the world, these are the most exciting times to be alive. And I think that ancient aliens had something to do with this, because it's a paradigm shift. We are entering a new paradigm of thought where things that from a long time have always been considered as fringe, all of a sudden, because we now have the receipts, more and more videos are coming out, more and more government workers are coming out and saying, hey, something is going on up in our skies.
Si usted quiere tener a la mano la mejor información internacional, los más esclarecedores análisis y también los reportes de la más amplia red de corresponsales internacionales de la región, vaya al tiempo.com. a nuestra página de YouTube, suscríbase y dele clic a la campanita.